4-game WNBA slate. As you guys can see, it's a little late for me getting up doing the stream, but I'm gonna go through this real quick. 4 games starting at 3 o'clock and then ending at 7. We got 2 7 p.m. games and 1 6 p.m. game. So you guys will hear a little bit of noise in the background. I got, of course, it's the weekends, kids are running around, but those OGs that have been here, you guys already know, man's got a big family, so you can't get all the content out without having some stuff going on in the background. But anyway, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys drop a like on the video. Definitely helps your boy out. Subscribe. Definitely, if you guys are new, help me go ahead and reach 1,000 subs. Almost to 1,000. We're at like 951. So just a couple more subs and we'll be there. So definitely check that out if you guys haven't. If you guys are looking for more of my content, like my bet plays, prop plays, things like that, check the link down in the description below for the Patreon. Everything for us, from just not myself, but Jorsa, from BK, all that stuff will be posted up on the Patreon. Already, I'm scrolling through right now, and I see my boy BK. He's already posted. He's starting to get his stuff out for the day. He's already posted his list of plays for the day, props, his favorite props that he's on. He's already got a power two posted for the day. I myself already posted a couple of parlays for the WNBA. I'll have my MLB picks, which again, past we're past 2 days, we have swept on our MLB plays for the last 2 days. So definitely check it out. Jorsa, he posts FanDuel plays, BetMGM, DraftKings, all those things. So the cores, the player pools, all that stuff, all that. Check the link down in the description below. $5. Promise you guys will make your money back if you guys go ahead and actually check that out. Real quick, before I actually go ahead and get started with the breakdown, I'm going to share the link for the stream real quick. So give me 1 second. Let me share this. And then we will get started with the breakdown. What up, Ace? There we go. Share. Just posting this up on the Twitter. I know a couple of people actually wanted to tune in and whatnot, so definitely want to make sure that everybody can actually get some goodness if they actually want it. Of course, I will go through and I will try to touch on some prop plays. Hopefully, they actually have the full board up so I can actually touch on those plays. I know people for whatever reason, you guys like to play props over on Prize Picks. Definitely diversify yourself. If you got sports books in your towns or in your state, definitely check that out. That's something you could take advantage of for sure. But definitely something that I would take advantage of if you guys actually have the chance and the time to check that out. And on top of that, using other books like Underdog or Parlay Play, that stuff like that. Those are good sites to be on. But all right, going ahead, starting the breakdown. Starting with the injury report, like we always do. Connecticut, pretty much clean bill of health. Nothing to worry about over here for them. Over to Atlanta, they're still without Jordan Canada. She's been out for a minute. Nothing new right there for her. For the Sparks, looks like they're still going to be without Clarendon. I believe it's a concussion, if I'm not mistaken. And Nazura Stevens, she is still out as well. For the Phoenix Mercury, Rebecca Allen looks like she's still going to be out. And then, of course, Brittany Griner, she's still out as well. Indy, they're on the back end of back-to-back. Their starters played some pretty decent minutes yesterday. So this is the one game. I know I don't normally like to predict blowouts. I don't like to worry about blowouts, things of that nature, everything. But this game right here does give me a little bit of a worry because it is New York, playing in New York. Indy had to travel over to New York. They're coming off of a very, high adrenaline game of a win that they got yesterday. Going up against the Chicago Sky. So I'm just a little worried about a blowout in this game. But if they can play with the grit and grind, and they played a lot of games in the past 2 weeks, a lot of games. But really a little worried. But anyway, Dantas is out. Fag Bentley's out as well. For the New York Liberty, we have to pay attention to Courtney Vandersloot. She did miss the last game due to back issues. They said back spasms, back issues. Something's going on right there. Definitely something to pay attention to. If Sloot is out again, then we should see Thornton back into the starting lineup. If that's the case, of course, that's going up against Indy. That's practically a plug and play. Honestly, at least for me, that would be a plug and play. It was the same thing when she played and started Friday. It will be the same thing again here today. And then last but not least, we got my Dallas Wings going up against the Minnesota Lynx. Brown, she was game time decision last time. I'm pretty sure she was available to play, but didn't. So definitely something to watch out for. But even if she's back, I wouldn't imagine that they're going to slide her into the starting lineup. They actually got some cohesion and some stuff going on right there. It'll be interesting because Maddie's played very well, and they have her in the starting lineup and everything. But something to pay attention to. Granted, these are, of course, the late game, so we won't exactly have that news until after maybe 6, right when the Sparks and the Phoenix Mercury game is going to start. And then over for Minnesota Lynx, Don Miller, of course, with that surgery that she recently had, she's going to be out. And then Zandalish, wasn't really looking at her anyway, but she's a game time decision, but is fully expected to play. But all right, head over to DraftKings, the site that I like to play the most, on the site that if you guys don't got an account and you want one, this is what my core players go to. BK, he of course drops core plays as well, but my core plays I primarily play on DraftKings. This is where you'll get a lot of my DFS stuff for will be up here. If you guys don't have an account, you want one, which personally, when it comes down to WNBA, DraftKings offers the better contest, the better variety, and of course it is NBA rules with the bonuses we get for triple doubles, double doubles, things like that. I like the scoring format and everything versus what they have over on FanDuel. But if you guys don't got an account, you want one, check the link down in the description below so you guys can get that deposit match bonus and join me over here on the King. I need to go ahead and drop the deposit match bonuses for DraftKings Sportbooks, FanDuel Sports, and stuff like that. If you guys are wanting to check those things out as well, I keep forgetting to add those to the description, but we'll definitely try to add that today. All right. Anyway, starting out with the Connecticut Sun taking on the Atlanta Dream. Of course, it's a 3 p.m. Game. I do like a couple of pieces in this game, especially from the Sun side. AT and Jones, both of them, they're in pretty good spots right here. AT, of course, anytime she's on the slate, she has triple-double upside. She can definitely get there. Fell short by 1 in the last game going up against Dallas, and it came down to the nitty-gritty, right down there to the end. Oh shoot, hold up, we got it. We got something special. Okay, what's up, bro?
Yo.
He said he was gonna hop on for the stream. All right. Well, I just did the injury report, so you didn't miss nothing too heavy just yet.
Nah, I
But
saw all of that. So you
okay,
good. You good. Go ahead, keep going.
All right, starting out with the Sun though. AT, anytime she's on the slate, she has triple-double upside. I do not mind her here in this spot, but I will say the fact that Brianna Jones is 7'9", the fact that Brianna Jones just came off of 30 minutes in that last game, and the fact that opposing centers have actually played pretty decent going up against the Tina Charles and Cheyenne Parker backcourt. 7'9" Brianna Jones, who has a fantasy point per minute production whenever she's on the court. Looks like maybe that minute limit cap might be off once she stays out of foul trouble. The upside is there. They're obviously looking for her on plays. They're getting her very involved in the big action between her and AT. Of course, I would love to see this rebound number go up, but what she can bring on the defensive side with getting me some blocks, getting those steals, and still being able to give me double-digit scoring, 7'9", that's really a steal for what we should be getting for Brianna Jones. I would fully expect her price to get back up to the mid 8K, close to 9K range, which she was hovering around that last season before she got injured. Outside of Bree Jones being literally probably one of the best plays on the early slate for me from the side on the Suns, DeWanna Bonner, 9.7, not bad. Anytime she's below 10K, I'll entertain it. Granted, a lot of it does have to come from her getting hot scoring-wise. Again, don't mind it, but not really. 9.7 when there's other guards we could play on the slate like C. Will, McBride. You got Enrique you got to think about on today's slate, things like that. I'm not really too pressed right there. And then if we don't got Sloot, you can definitely mess with Sabrina later on. And then Carrington, Ty Harris, you kind of know what you're going to get right there with these two. Carrington, 7.6. I actually do not mind this price tag. She's come back down out of the AK range after having 3 mid-tier mediocre games. I could see her actually putting up, especially with the way that Powers plays, freaking Howard and all them. I can see some pettiness coming from Carrington in this game where her and maybe could be a pop-off game like what she had going up against Caitlin Clark in the first game that they played. So I will have some interest in Carrington at that 7.6. That's a nice price tag. Outside of that, Banham, O&O, Jefferson, T. Mitch. Only one I would have to say that you might want to pay attention to would be Tiffany Mitchell, because they have been looking to get her some run. She's put up double-digit fantasy points in 4 straight games. That's someone that I can possibly take as a value play, but I'll tell you right now, if you think that you have a value play that's in 4K range, think again. just think again. These past couple slates has been rough. What you got?
I like everything you said. Like you said, Wnba for me today as a tournament play. Lissa Thomas, nothing under 42 fantasy points versus this team last year in the 4 games. And I, like you said, I don't think the addition of Tina Charles is gonna like put a stop to that. So I honestly I don't mind if you play Bree Jones and Alyssa Thomas together. That would be something interesting. I know Bash did that I think like maybe a slate, the last slate Connecticut was on, and he came close to taking it down. So that combo would be nice as well. And it'll have you sitting really nice out the first game waiting on the late games. Another interesting tournament player is Ryan Howard for me today. 1 game on the 32 fantasy points versus this team last year. I believe she scored 19 or 20 points in 3 of the 4 games. So I'm fine with her. Alicia Gray is the one that I want, though. Of course, nothing under 33 fantasy points in the 4 games versus them last year. She averaged 20 points and 7.25 rebounds in those 4 games. I was hoping they would have gave us her PR today, but of course they didn't. But I love Alicia Gray. I don't think she has an off day today. I like the matchup for her, even if they put in Tiffany Mitchell. I still like the matchup for Alicia Gray a lot more than I do Ryan Howard or DeWanna Bonner. Um, Tina Charles is an interesting tournament play as well. We know she can turn the clock back and pop off. So I really don't mind it, especially if we think that she may see some Brianna Jones defense. um, I'm not off of it. But like I said, it's more of a tournament play for me. But I do like the matchup for her today. Um, Everything else you said, Powers, Dangerfield probably be my values, but that's just nothing to be excited about. But yeah, that's what I like in this game.
I'll say Powers, the price is definitely ticking up, but if you pay attention, you watch the last couple games, she's been closing for them. She's been out there as a closer
Mhm.
for them on the court. So I don't mind Powers at all,
Definitely.
as well at 5'4". I definitely do think there's some other spots we could probably like dip down to and get some other plays and things like that. And you hit the nail on the head with Alicia Gray. I do like her in the spot 8-9. That's kind of right there, sitting in that nice spot that I was looking at as a mid tier guard. Because one thing I definitely have noticed, the mid tier guards, they've gone like just unowned necessarily whenever it comes
Yeah.
down to a lot of these slates lately. And the consistency that she actually plays with, she does bring a little bit on the defensive side. We know she can actually stuff the stat sheet if needed, but that 8-9 price tag, that is definitely well worth it. Definitely shouldn't go out here and get you no less than about 30-ish fantasy points. So I definitely see the upside right here in that spot.
Right.
Outside of that,
The question on Howard's point. So last year in the 4 games, she did have 16, 19, 22, and 22. So I'm fine with her points. One thing I did want to note though is, have you all noticed the drop on her rebounds? Like the significant drop. Like I don't know why they had her up at 6.5
yo, yeah,
or
that number was
5, 6
high.
for that. Man, just smashing the under on that has been money. But yeah, they dropped her all the way down to 4.5 now rebounds. So I thought that was interesting as fuck.
Yeah, it was pretty high. And I mean, granted, she makes for a really good GPP play because there's a possibility she pops off here
Hmm.
and at low ownership. So I definitely don't mind that 10-3. That's not no one's gonna really click her, pretty
Right.
much. Like that.
Right.
That's gonna be right there. Um, some prop plays that I liked out of this game that I was considering. I do like the AT, her RA, that one. I don't mind that. If you're playing just straight up on the books, I like AT for 8 to 10 rebounds, and
Hmm.
then of course if you can get her assist lines at 6 or 8, I like those right there. Honestly, AT double double, that's another one that you could take as
Yeah.
well. Been riding that one to the moon on
Man.
a couple of slips as well, and then Bree Jones. I'm teeter tottering, which is that's a weird term to say, but I'm going back and forth on Bree Jones points. Like I'm seeing that they're running plays for her, they're getting her very involved. And
Hmm.
opposing centers, they've done pretty decent. She's one that I've got circled to pay attention to. I got her for about maybe 15 points today,
Yeah.
like that right there. So if you can find a line with her like 10, 12, like anywhere between 10 and 15, I'll feel
Yeah.
comfortable taking that for Bree Jones on today. Definitely over on Prize Picks, depending on what they got her line at over there. If you can get, if you're making a six slip and you need like a last thing to put into that six slip that you feel would actually be decent, I would take Bree Jones. Yeah, they got her at 15.5 over there on Price Picks, so she's like right out of that comfort zone where I feel like she's gonna get over
Yeah.
there on Price Picks, but definitely a maybe over there for
What
me
I
on that one.
did is I liked her points a lot too, and I liked her rebounds too. But I noticed like a dip in her rebounds. So what I did is I just took her PR. It's at 21. Well, it was at 21 and a half, or is at 21 and a half. I like that a lot too.
Yeah, they still got it at 21 and a half. Yeah, you
Yeah.
could definitely run with that. She's been pretty consistent with that since the minutes have ramped up. And if
Mm,
AT's not hogging the boards or whatnot, she definitely
right.
could get that action with that right there. So that's definitely not a bad one. You got anything else for this game? Are you ready for the Sparks
Now let's move on.
and Mercs? All right, so Sparks taking on Phoenix Mercury. This game right here. Honestly, I don't know how you avoid not putting Hamby into your lineups
Yeah.
with just the she. I got to look at it again, but I'm pretty sure her usage is the top of the league right now. If not, she's top three.
Yeah.
The minutes she practically plays the whole game, and I know Jay, he was talking about it the other day. You can't teach that kind of tenacity. That
Hmm.
what she's bringing, the energy, the consistency. You can't teach that. She literally reminds me of what we just saw in the NBA playoffs. Josh Hart doing everything. Like she does everything. She's playmaking. She's crashing the boards, playing defense, scoring, and again, we've seen bigs going up against the Phoenix Mercury just have a fucking ball day. Have a field day. And that should be no difference here for Hamby. 10-8. She is one of my studs that I did lock into my lines. If I'm making multiple lines, Hamby more than likely will be in about 75% of
Hmm.
those lines if I was maxing out like the 20 the $1.20 entry or some shit like that. But outside of that, of Hamby Brinks, I'll have some GPP interest in her. I will say that this is definitely, again, opposing centers have done pretty decent, and she can stretch the floor. She can actually knock down some of these threes. She keeps herself out of foul trouble. I can see this being a spot where we can get another 30 fantasy point game for Brinks at the low ownership. You could definitely pivot off of Hamby if you think maybe this could be more of a blowout spot. But again, just the raw scoring upside, Hamby's at least going to get you about 40 fantasy points. It's kind of hard to avoid that, especially when it comes down to WNBA. Outside of that, I'll say Lexi Brown, GPP option. She's just way too up and down. They've been pulling her for Ari McDonald. Ari, that price is kind of ticking up a little bit too much to where I'm like, I'm interested, but not too interested. But I know that she is going to get the run because they don't have a point guard right now, and
Right.
she's technically is the de facto. And if she can actually score, which opposing guards going up against Phoenix Mercury, they've done decent. They've done pretty well, and I don't see her. She could get a little bit of cloud defense, but I don't mind Ari at all. 5'5", that's pretty decent. This is a good spot for her. And then last but not least, well, the last two, Kia Nurse, I love her here. Again, revenge factor, if you guys want to believe into that. But I do actually believe into it. Kia Nurse, opposing guards that can actually shoot. This will be one of those games where she should at least get us about 25 to, I'll give her 28 fantasy points out there. And then I don't believe in it, but JB doing this all the time. I had a dream Rakia Jackson went out here and went 4 for 4 from three and was just balling, bro.
Hmm.
Like I clear as day. I picked up my phone, I clicked on ESPN, and I looked at the game, and the game was going, and Rakia Jackson was 4 for 4 from three, and she was popping off. Do with that what you want with that information, but I'm saying I'm probably gonna have one line with at least one line with Rakia Jackson because it was just too clear too clear for me right there. The upside definitely could be there. She's of course starting. She's getting more minutes. She's looking a little bit more comfortable. She's definitely trying to find that shot. And the efficiency. That's the other thing. She is pretty efficient scoring wise. She really is. So I really do like the upside. This could be the coming out, blow up game for Rakia Jackson if she actually does decide that she wants to go off here for it. Other than that, Hamby, if you can get her points, rebounds, fantasy point, just go ahead and take that shit, bro.
Hmm.
That's one of the easiest plays on the day. It's gonna get bumped. She will get bumped on a lot of sites and things, but Hamby, Easy day. Easy day. All right, go.
Um, so go ahead and pull up the preseason game from LA and Phoenix for me.
I got you.
Um, but the to on your kid Jackson point, I love it. I love the call because if she gets Diana Taurasi, we know DT don't play no defense. She older too, so that's why I do like the Nurse and the Jackson call because both of them could see some DT defense today. So I definitely love that. But if you look at Hamby's stat, it's just like we talked about. Like her production is just way too high to fade. I mean, what 23 minutes in preseason, she
Yep.
had 21 points, 37.9 fantasy points. Yes, I did do the math. Um, but I'm just saying, when you look at this, dude, that was in 23 minutes. That was in just 23 minutes. And if you look at the starters, they pretty much matched her minutes as well. So it
Yeah.
wasn't like, oh, she was doing that against scrubs. No, no. It was pretty much like that's crazy as fuck. 37, almost 38 fantasy points in just 23 fucking minutes, bro. That's nuts. Yeah, I'm not fading Hamby at all today. Like it's like her price has literally got to be like 15,000 on a 4 game slate, not a showdown on a 4 game slate for me to be
True.
like okay, that's pushing the shit. Like I gotta nah. Right now 10-8, 10-8, bro. For everything that she's bro, they put her fucking assists up on Prize Picks at
Word.
3.5. Found in the last 5 games, she missed that assist prop once. She's doing every fucking thing like Zoe just said. There's no way you fade her. Like if you play her and she has a bad game, you just chalk that up to a bad game. But I said it before, and I say it all the time. I write up. She's touching the ball not just once or twice, not a couple times. Every trip down court, she's touching the ball. Like that's just dog. That's unheard of. Like you don't do that. You just go ahead, you play her, and you move on. Um, I do think Lexi Brown is a sneaky play today. I do kind of like the matchup a little bit. Because she's one of those players that do move without the ball. Like I think the point guard, like her running PG, is kind of hindering her game a little bit of what she can do. Now she can still pop, but I mean coming off back to back duds, and I know she wasn't really getting minutes like that because of Ari, but I mean at some point, bro, like she's due, and if it's any team I see her doing it, it'd be versus this Phoenix team. So I mean, I like her. Like I said, we already talked about Hamby. Copper's a fine play. Cunningham, she's fine. Liz Dixon will probably be my value in this game. I actually like Tarasi a little bit. I keep calling her game and she keep on letting me down. But she's back at home, so I don't hate it. And I think she's like 8-3 now. She's been sitting around 8-5, 8-9. Um, so I'm not all the way off of it. I can see her going off today. So I like Tarasi a little bit as well. But after that, it's not a whole bunch else like I really just like. I like Copper a lot, actually. But I'm just like, how much do they really? Well, no, because this game could stay close. So I mean, I like Copper a ton. Copper and Dixon are probably like my favorite for Phoenix. Like I said, sprinkle in some Tarasi. Cloud get a decent matchup as well, but for me, that's purely GPP. Henry over assists, John Cole over rebounds, Clark under rebounds, and Bree Jones over point styles. I like that slip. We'll talk about Clark when we get there. Don't lock it in just yet. I got some interesting nuggets on that.
I
But
say
I,
yeah.
I, I see the vision on that slip though.
Yeah. Um, I just dropped the link for FanDuel. If you guys don't have a FanDuel account, because I'm about to give you guys legit a slip right now. If you go over there on FanDuel, take Derek and Hamby to record a double double, pair that up with Alyssa Thomas to get a double double, and then you can add in the New York Liberty money line. Yes, I understand the money line isn't shit because it's 1,400, but it'll help boost the odds just a little bit. This is pretty much what you consider a double double, a easy cash play right here, and it's a plus 127. Right now, there's also a profit boost that you can get for the WNBA. And so if you use your profit boost on this, it'll juice up the odds a little bit more. But that right there, granted, there's one more double double that I have coming up in one of the later games that you can take as well. But this right here, if you want to run this right here with New York Liberty, Alyssa Thomas double double, Hamby double double. That is one of those plays you could take over there on the books. This should be legit green cash, easy fucking day.
Right.
Like
And
no shit.
to touch on your point about Cameron Brink about her shooting, when you watch Cameron Brink play, almost I would say what about 60% of the time, she's literally camped outside the 3-point line.
Yep.
Like she ain't really. That's why Hamby rebounds has been so free.
Yep.
Because Hamby is coming out of nowhere and she's always in the lane. So either she's coming out of nowhere or she's already down there. And so like that's why Brink rebounds has been up and down. But I don't know who told her to play this game. Like I get it, but fam, you get your ass in a post. Too fucking big to be just standing outside, camped outside of the 3-point line, waiting to jet three like that. Like, get your ass down on the block. I was happy to see that she did that a little bit in the Chicago game, but for me, until she started doing shit like that, I can't play her, man. Because if all you gonna do is shoot jumpers all game, like fuck no, that ain't your shit, bro. Like you
Yeah,
not
I
Clark, you
wish that
ain't
we
Caitlin
could see
Clark.
that block upside and stuff again.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
her in
yeah.
there, but
Now
it's
fantasy, hell yeah, yeah. Her fantasy joint, but again, if she not getting you buckets, bro, her
yeah,
fantasy don't mean shit. The blocks and stuff don't mean shit because at this point, just like they did her the other day, where they just fucking set her and then put her back in until late in that the Chicago game, I think, like set her like
yeah.
two quarters
She sat
almost.
for. It was ridiculous how long they sat her, which it was like, okay, she's not in foul trouble right now. Didn't make any sense, but she was just out. She was just out. But
Mm-hmm.
real quick, touching on Phoenix Mercury side for me. Again, I'm gonna ride it to the wheels fall off. I know a lot of y'all don't know this, but last season I had a takedown, but I didn't play the main contest, which was for 10K. If I would have played the main contest for that 10K that day, I would have won it. Easy day, no split, nothing. I would have won it. I won all my high dollar stuff that I played that day. That was the day I got my ticket and everything for all my stuff. And the player that was in that lineup, and this is why I got so much faith in her all the time, is Cloud. Cloud. 9-1 for Cloud. No one ever clicks her name. I like her here in the spot once again. Opposing guards have done pretty well going up against the Sparks over the last couple games. She has the playmaking chops. If the shot is falling, which is always the one thing you have to worry about with Cloud, she's gonna take the shots. She's not scared to shoot. The shot just got to actually fall. On top of that, this is one of those games where I can see her getting about two-ish steals in this game. Like I can see that. Two-ish steals, getting her assists. I like her assist line today. It was at 6.5. I've already taken it over on the books for her to get 6 assists as well. I like that one for her here. DT, of course, GPP play, very scoring reliant, 8-3. Price comes down. When she dropped down below 8K, I'll pay more attention to her there. But again, a good GPP option, don't mind it. I will say Copper, 9-8. Really good spot for her. We know that she's going to be able to go out there, score, do what she got to do. If she's going to be getting Rakia, I could see her getting some easy fouls, some trips to the foul line. That right there. That would be the only thing that would worry me about Rakia is her getting in foul trouble trying to guard Copper. But other than that, this could be one of those 40-ish fantasy point games for Copper when she's out here just doing it all, fighting for the boards, getting the scores, all those other things. Last thing for me over here, you said Dixon for your value. Sutton is my value at 4.8, bro. She's getting the minutes, 14, 20, 23. And I want to say she was injured or something. It was something that she didn't play a game or she was limited or something like that. But other than that, they still like what she brings to the table. She plays very well. She's been a very good playmaker. That's not the issue. It's getting her to actually score.
Yeah.
That is the problem. So if we can actually get it to line up where she's actually going out there getting some buckets, but still dishing the rock just right, she's gonna pop. And especially as long as she's below that 5K range, I'm gonna continue to look at that, continue to harp on that. 4A, I do not mind that. So that would be honestly my pivot. If I can't get to Thort God, if Sloot decides to play, then I'm gonna be looking at maybe my Sutton as a possible play on today's slate. You got anything else for over here?
Nah, we can move on.
All right, going over to Indy taking on New York Liberty. I'm going to be very honest, very straightforward. I don't like anything on the Indy side. It's straight up deep GPP for me, period. I will say I would entertain looking at the bench. I would entertain maybe looking at Erica Wheeler, at Hull, at Grace Berger, because I could possibly see them getting some burn and run in this game. If New York doesn't play with their food, comes out and just goes at them how they should, this game should not be that close. It shouldn't be close at all. This is the first time, and me and Jay, we always joke about this, but whenever a spread is sitting at the 15, 14, take the opposing team for the plus 14 and a half, because no one has covered that. Today should be the day that the New York Liberty be able to cover that 14 and a half point spread. Like, no doubt. They're coming off of a back-to-back. I already said it. It was a very emotional, very high strung. They won their first home game. The starters played some hella deep minutes. Clark got banged up left and right. Reese knocking her to the ground. You got Carter ready to fucking throw hands out there, knocking her to the ground. Like, y'all sky players, bro. Y'all play dirty. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all got some dog in you. But
No, not really, bro. Like I was on Twitter this morning, and I
trying to defend
I
them.
actually caught the so somebody had went and posted it and was like, Kennedy Carter just was retaliating from an elbow she caught from Clark on a rebound play, the play before.
Mm.
I have to, if I find it on Twitter again, I'll repost it. So I mean, it looked like, from the outside looking in, if you don't see that play, then it looks like, oh damn, like what the fuck. But it had to have been a reason. Don't nobody, like, motherfuckers got attitude, but to just go ram a motherfucker for no reason at all, like that ain't in females MO. Like, dude, Draymond do shit like that. Um, Females don't really do, so it had to have been something, and I seen it, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's why all that shit transpired. But it is what it is on that. I'm sick of the shit. I don't really care.
I mean, it was a tough game, and honestly, I had the Sky hopefully being able to pull it out. I will say they blew a lot of assists for some of the other plays, but we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. Me and Jay watched the game. We tilted for you watching the game. It was very heartbreaking, but I mean, again, it's just we've seen it before, especially in the NBA. Players come off that emotional win, like all those things right there. This is definitely one or two things can happen, and I believe more of the blowout will happen. Clark, if I could take the under on, if a site has her PRA up anywhere close to 30, 29, I'm taking the under. I am taking the under. Laney gonna be on her like white on rice. And if Sloot does miss, which I'm going back and forth with Kay, with Kawan in the chat in regards to if Sloot is in or out. But if they got Thornton and they got Laney in the starting lineup,
Yeah.
that's two very bulldog defenders right there that will get all up in your they don't care, and they will use their fouls. They don't give a shit. They are going to defend top tier out there. And we already know they will send a blitz at Clark. Easy day. Boston trying to go up against JJ. We've already seen this song and dance before. Now, Alyssa Smith, I'll take her as a GPP option just because she's been balling over the last several games and she's got something to prove. That'll be about it. But everyone else, I just can't mess with it. I'm not going to trust it. I will just rather fade. I'll be wrong. I would accept it from wrong, but I'm just going to
Oh,
fade it.
my thing is, man, New York has shown that they ain't beating nobody ass this year. Even if Indy gets beat by 15, you telling me that game is blowing out late then? Because if Indiana's getting their ass beat, I'm imagining that they getting their ass beat by 20 or more. So starters not really playing that much in the fourth quarter. Starters probably gonna play in the fourth quarter. Indiana, I mean New York, I just ain't seen it from them, bro. I don't see that we kicking ass. This shit. Like
I mean, but they did kick
they
their ass in the
winning,
first game. It was
yeah,
102 to 66.
yeah. Now don't get it twisted. Now, but we talked. Remember, I talked about that. I talked about that. I said it like, bro, they ain't beat nobody ass but Indiana, and they even Washington without a Brittany Sykes, Shakira Austin limited. They struggle with that matchup. Like, bro, they didn't really have nobody on that squad. So I mean, I get it. I get the back to back, but what I'm saying is we've tried to call blowouts all this season, and that shit has been terribly wrong. So don't be surprised if this shit is a good game and Clark end up popping off. I won't have her in my lineup, but I do think she's an interesting GPP play today. She's hit her RA both games, but like you said, um, with Thornton and Laney probably covering her, maybe assists, maybe not rebounds today. But again, um, just throwing that out there. Christy Wallace, that's one player that's really interesting to me, getting the minutes. Um, her first two games, 7 fantasy points in 8 minutes, 16 fantasy points in 15 minutes. So I mean, if you say that they gonna lock in on Clark, Christy Wallace has got to be the odd man out, and she's got to be the one to have a good day. So I don't mind going back to her. Like Nalissa Smith is my favorite play on Indy side. Again, playing like she don't want to lose her job again. So I'm fine going back there. She's getting 30 plus minutes a game. Yeah, in game two versus the Liberty, she had 27 fantasy points in 22 minutes. So I definitely like her a ton. And then if you see the history last year, she actually did pretty well in this spot. Um,
You said
on New
Wallace or
York,
wait, who'd you say?
Nalissa Smith.
Oh, I was like, wait, who?
Yeah. Like you said, Boston, I'm not
Yeah, you're
really
right.
on that much. Kelsey Mitchell, shooting dependent, nice GPP play. And Escu due to pop. She's due to have a big game. She has 50-point upside, especially if Vandersloot misses. Yeah, if Clark prices, yeah. I mean, I get the matchup. I just think coming off that game she just came off of, she got a lot to prove too. I mean, her name has just been talked and thrown around league all over Twitter. Like all the focus is on her. So but that's why I said GPP at best. Like I said, I'm not playing her. I won't have her in any of my lineups, but I do think she's interesting today. We know Stewie crushes this team, but with Indiana on the back to back, do they really need Stewie a whole bunch here? JJ is the one that's been having a matchup in this spot. She's the one that's been finding more success. I do like her. I like her points, her fantasy score today. Um, I think she's the one to have out of her and Stewie. Again, you never know because Stewie can go out here go for 40. We seen her do it last year in a blowout game as well, and it just didn't matter. So yeah, waiting on the injury news for New York, and then like you said, Thornton is fine. I'm still not playing her. I don't give a fuck if she go off for 60. I don't play
Bro,
Caleb.
is a hater. You hated her when she was on the Dallas Wings, and I would tell you the matchups that were the correct matchups for Thornton to go off, and nobody listened. Nobody would ever listen. I'm telling you. All right, Thornton. So this is the other thing. Even if Sloot is back, Thornton could possibly still see a decent amount of minutes. I still think
Mm.
for the fact of that Baby Sabley's out. You know,
They don't need an Escu. I mean, not an Escu, but salute. They don't
yeah,
need
they
her.
and that's the thing. Yeah, they
They
don't need
really,
Sloot, so that's why I imagine that they would. She's a vet. Just give her the day off. They don't need
even
her.
if she
They
even
really
if
don't.
she plays, bro, like just still play Kayla Thornton. She's been so fucking bad, bro. Like you don't need her. You
Hey,
literally don't need her for shit.
what did they give? Hey, what you think about Kennedy Burks though?
Again, that all depends on injury news for me.
Okay,
Um, I'm not going there if Salute is in. If Salute is out again, then I don't mind it.
I'm not messing with Davis, but what about Yvonne? Uh, I think if Sloot is out, I'll have some interest in Burke as a just punt option. This is her former team and shit, so she could
Mm-hmm.
possibly have a decent day. But outside of that, Thornton, if Sloot's out and Thornton's gonna get the start, despite what he said, 5,600. Don't mind the price tag. I would definitely take her as a mid-tier option value play that you can actually go to
Bro,
and get
I
quick.
even said it. I even said it in the joint when somebody posted it in the channel. I was like, "Oh my god, Thornton Star." I said it. I said two things. I said New York gonna fuck our heads up and start somebody like Markeisha Davis or some or MD, and she fucking started Thornton. Nobody guessed that shit. Then somebody they was talking about playing her, and I was like, I'm not playing Thornton. Like, I'm not playing Thornton. And another person was like, yeah, I ain't playing Thornton. I was like, now I will say this: she gonna fuck around and go off, but I'm not
3,300 on
playing her.
FanDuel.
Huh?
She's 3,300 on FanDuel.
Yeah. Again, still.
Wow.
Now there, yeah, hell yeah, that's court. You got it. You don't have a choice. If Sloot is out,
Yeah.
you got a player there.
Yeah.
Like that
Um.
ain't. That's just a no
That's yeah.
brainer.
That's
Like
wow.
I'm gonna definitely put her in the court. Don't mean I have to play her, but it's. I'm not gonna be stupid. I'm not gonna
True.
make y'all miss out. But
Um.
yeah, I definitely called that last game. I said she was gonna fucking go off. But again, that's not a player I play, bro. Like I'll just take my L on that day.
I will say this: if Sloot misses, I don't give a shit that her assist was sitting at 5.5, and she looked like she was going to hit them assist lines, and she only got 3 assists. I will go back to Serena Linescu for her assist again. I will go back to Serena Linescu for her RA again. I don't care if Sloot is out; she is the point guard. She's going to
Mhm.
facilitate. Stewie ended up with what 5 assists in that last game. Either way,
Man,
she's
I
going to get a
watched
ball
JJ.
handler.
I watched JJ blow some
Yeah,
fucking.
and
I
it,
mean, some
it was
absolute
like watching the
bunnies.
Chicago Sky yesterday. Same thing. They were
Fuck.
blowing Marbury's assist, Dana's assist because Cardoso was trying to hook, just falling short. Reese, she'd end up just taking an extra dribble and just getting an offensive rebound or some shit off of her shot. Same thing
I
for Carter.
still, I still think Wallace need to be investigated, bro. Them two
Demond.
blown layups wide the fuck open like she was. Nah, bro, she had the under on somebody today, so I need her to be investigated ASAP, bro. That's just fucking unheard of, dog. Let's go ahead and move to the last game. Get on up
I
out of it.
I'm gonna hit this real quick though. Stewie, Jonko Jones, same old like always. If you're torn between the two, play the two lineups. Play one with Stewie, play one with Jonko Jones. But like we said, I do like Jones a little bit over Stewie today, just because she's more consistent in this matchup so far this season, and we know she can go out here and crush. She has the defensive upside for the blocks and steals as well. I do like her. Jonko Jones was the other one that I had for a double double today. So if you wanted to run the AT, Hamby, Jonko Jones double double, you definitely can. Or if you want to run the AT, Hamby, and Brianna Stewart for 20 points, you can run those. I like both of those, but you would have to take off the New York Liberty for the win because you can't play. Um, you wouldn't be able to play Jonko Jones double double along with the New York Liberty money line. It won't let you do it. But definitely you can check that out over on FanDuel, like I was talking about earlier. But all right,
Mm.
going over to my Dallas Twins taking on the Minnesota Lynx. Um, this is going to be an interesting game, honestly. From a standpoint, I think Big T should have one of the best games that she should be able to have because Elena Smith, unless she draws her out of the paint, I see Elena getting herself into foul trouble, and she shouldn't have to deal too much with Fee. Shouldn't get herself into any ticky tacky fouls right there with Fee. This should be a spot that Big T can go out here and have a Big T number type game. Definitely, she is due for that 9,300. It's definitely the right price tag. I'll say her minutes. They've been now. If you look at it, she played 27 minutes just the front end of back to back, and then 22. It was back to back. She played
Oh,
25 minutes in the Connecticut game. It was fine. It was fine. Could have been better, of course. But this matchup, I really do actually like it for Big T. And I will say, as much as I like Big T, I like Mo Billings more. I'm not gonna lie. She has turned back the hands of time, and she's coming off of a dud. 28 minutes. She only took 5 shots in that game against the Sun. 4 rebounds, 4 assists. She fouled out of the game. Still, after dropping 43, 38, and 42 fantasy points, and looking at what the opposing forwards have done, the opposing fours going up against, which is that's what's Mo playing. Mo's playing the 4, Maddie's playing the 3. Opposing fours going up against Minnesota. I'm gonna read it off. 64.75 fantasy points. That was Asia. 48.25, 41.25, 52.25.
Who are
The
those? Who
fantasy.
are those players?
Hold on, wait. I got you. Because I know the top one was Asia when I had looked at it earlier, but you got Asia for the 64.75, Stewie dropped 48.25, AT dropped 41.25, and NECA dropped 52.25.
Mm, I don't think she's any of those players though.
I know she's not
Um,
any of those
my
players.
no. I see again. I see the vision because I'm on Billings too, but I'm a little concerned about that Nafisa Collier defense
I think
because
she's got the 35, the at least 35 fantasy points in her, and at
yeah, because with
7,400,
the
I'm gonna
exception
take that.
for me, with the exception of NECA,
Mm-hmm.
like those other players, expect it. Like you kind of expect that shit to happen. Um, I see the vision for me as Tierra McCown though. Like it's got to be Tierra McCown. And again, Billings will probably be. I don't know. I don't need. I guess I would guess both of them would be low on.
I
You
think Big
look
T
at.
would be lower owned than Billings because everyone's gonna
Oh yeah,
gravitate
very true.
towards Billings, especially for the pricing. And then
And the
just looking
box
at
score.
McCown's minutes, they're gonna look at that. They're like, that's what that's gonna be right there. No one's gonna
Mhm.
really necessarily pay attention to anything else. And then 9,300 for Tierra McCown. I can come down and get 7,400 for Mo Billings. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm getting Mo
very true.
Billings.
Yeah, very true. Very
Yeah.
true. You definitely.
Billings or Jonquil Jones on FanDuel.
What's the price?
Easy. What's the prices? But I mean, without even looking, well, depending on the price, but without looking at the price necessarily, I would say JJ would
Yeah,
be
I
the
would
one
say.
that sticks out
I
for me
mean,
right there.
no, I'd probably say Billings because that game will probably be the close. If we're calling blowouts, then they like you said, if you think that they beat Indiana, then yeah. But for me, it's JJ. Like I said, I like the game to stay close, at least 3 quarters, and then get out of hand. Um,
Oh shoot! If I actually, I forgot that. Well, looking at Lion Stars ownership, they got Billings for 46.75% ownership, and Tierra for 4.6% ownership. So I mean, there goes your ownership. Oh, bro, you take Jonquil Jones. Jonquil Jones. Billings is 7,500. JJ is 72. JJ.
yeah, yeah,
That's easy. JJ. You take
yeah,
JJ right there, bro.
right
Take
there.
JJ. That's an easy
Yeah.
day. No, don't even think twice. What you think about Enrique?
I like her in this spot. She did her thug for me last time and went under her PRA, so I'm cool with her. But I really love her assist today. Like I love her assist today because Minnesota runs, yo. So and Dallas does too. I love her assist today. 3 of the 4 games last year she covered easily. I like her RA as well too if it's still really low. But yeah, I like the matchup for Enrique all the way around because which of them guards is guarding her? Um, just because C Will is a great defender doesn't mean that she can guard Enrique. Enrique's still faster than her. She faster than a lot of players in the league. She just as fast as Kennedy Carter on the off the dribble. So hell yeah, I like Enrique a lot. I like your C Will call. She averaged 35 fantasy points while averaging 14.6 RA versus um, Dallas last year in 3 games. So love her a ton today.
Yep.
Um, Especially if you can catch her if they put her PR up, you'll probably catch her PR at something stupid like how we caught Natasha Cloud PR at 16 and a half versus New York. You take a player that you know can get you the points. Um, as opposed to like taking Natasha Cloud's PA where it would have been like 3 points higher or something like that. If you know a player can literally get you there in points, then you take the lower of the two. That's when it comes to PA and PR and things like that. So if her PR is low today, definitely take that because her assist number is mainly higher than her rebounds. But yeah, I like Courtney Williams a lot today. So for me, Enrique is more of a tournament play. I can't really say that because she getting a fuck ton of usage too,
Yeah,
and a
her
fuck
usage is
shot.
up there.
But she's also showing that she's passing that bitch more too. So um,
Ain't had no
tough.
choice.
Yeah, it's tough, bro. It's tough. Collier should absolutely smash in this spot. It would not shock me to see Billings get into foul trouble versus Collier today. Um, because Collier is one of those players that can get you into foul trouble. She got a nice head fake, her up and unders, and then just pinning you on the block. Like we've seen so many players get called on a foul just by her just pinning the player down and them trying to get around her. So I love Nafisa Collier a fuck ton today in this spot here.
I have Fee as one of my so I'll read it off to you. My top four forward plays that I have for today on DraftKings: Fee, Bree Jones, Brianna Stewart, Hamby, and Billings. Like
Mm-hmm.
those are my top plays over here on here. Granted, I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to mix and match, but they look pretty good today in their spots and matchups and what they should be able to go out here and do. 11K for Fee, that's not bad. That's pretty good, especially if I want to come off of Stewie, go down to Jonko Jones. I could go ahead and pay up for Fee. You do something like that. I'll tell you, only one that's a staple in all my lines is Hamby. So
Mm-hmm.
as long as I'm not taking Hamby out, like that's it. But of course, like you said, I do like Sewell. She's definitely one of those mid tier option at guards that no one plays like that, even though she's pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And Dallas, they like to run. She can pick the pocket, she can get some steals, and she can get some transition passes and get some easy buckets and stuff to some of those players. I will say, Kelly McBride. I was waiting to see if you were going to actually talk about McBride. McBride, I like her at home. We know she can knock down
Yeah.
that three.
Yeah.
It's a decent spot.
28 fantasy points versus them last year,
Yep.
and she only missed her 3 point prop once as well. So I mean, shit, I
Shooter,
like
shoot.
Caitlin McBride.
Are you going to Peely?
I do have her down as a punt.
Really?
U-Haul's is my favorite value though.
Wow, bro. Peely went out there. That girl was 4 from 4 from three, 7. That girl, she had a game.
Yeah, she had a game, but you asking her to
She,
repeat. You know,
yeah,
what? No, but her price is what, three something, three
yeah.
k,
It's 3-7. But
3.
Zandalish, I know people was talking about her. She's seen 20 minutes in the back-to-back games. I just think she's a bit scoring dependent. If that shot's not falling, I don't know what I'm gonna really get from her. Like if she's not, but going up against Dallas, that shot should actually fall. That shot should be fine. That shot should be fine. But no, yeah, that's if you want another double double play, this one's more on a lean on the outskirts, not one that I have complete confidence in, but I could see her getting there possibly. Fee double double. That'd be the last double double play if you can get it on the books that I would take. But that one's just a lean. I'd probably put maybe half a unit unless I'm pairing it up with some of the other ones that we already talked about today. But I don't know. I'm iffy on that one. I feel real confident in AT's double double and confident in Hamby's double double. Like those two, kind of like no brainer double doubles to me on today's slate. Um, Real quick, who you got winning Connecticut and Atlanta?
Connecticut.
Sparks and the Phoenix Mercury.
Mm, I'm gonna take Phoenix to bounce back at home.
Yeah, I can respect it. Of course, we already know New York Liberty, Dallas and Minnesota.
I'm taking Minnesota mainly
Oh,
because they gonna be trying to get the win for their coach today. Think she
all right,
got enough
y'all.
on
That's
her.
gonna be the stream. We got haters out here in this world. Dallas WNBA champions for 2024. So now, no, I ain't even gonna lie. As much as I love my team, yeah, no, I kind of, I mean, we it'll be a close game. We
It's
took it down to the
definitely gonna
wire going
be.
up against.
That's probably gonna be the best game on the slate.
That's what I'm saying. We took it down to the wire going up against the Sun. This game should be back and forth, should be close, a lot of lead switches and things like that. But I will have to give it to the home team, just at home. Dallas on the road, unless we're playing like a bottom 500 team, we're very frustrating. We're very frustrating. It really shows we need a point guard back out there. And honestly, we need Satu. If we had Satu, we'd be top 4 in the league. Honestly, just Satu with the jump that Maddie's made this season, the fact that we got Billings to be a backup, and hopefully they keep Billings after Satu and Brown and stuff comes back. Hopefully we can actually keep her, because she will bring that energy and bring that spark off the bench. She brings something different. I do actually like her for what we got out here. Best value on the slate. Whoa, somebody said his easy. Go ahead and start. Go to the day bar and go ahead and start drinking. The Dream are not beating the Sun today. They not. I know they beat the Aces last game, but yeah, nah. You're gonna need Ryan to pop off for like 25, 30. Alicia Gray to actually knock down all her threes, drop another 20. Tina Charles to turn back the clock one more time, give me a good 20. 5 blocks too.
So for me, best value on the slate on FanDuel easy is Thornton, especially if Courtney Vandersloot doesn't play. Even if she does play, it's probably still Thornton. On DraftKings for me, it's gotta be Area Power. She just of the value plays that's down there, she just seeing the minutes and actually getting usage when she play minutes. So for me, those my 2 value plays.
Agreed. I like the Powers, of course, 5'4". It's when you go to value, we don't have to play down here below the 5K range. If you've noticed, a lot of the takedown lines have been balanced, minus a crazy like Peely going off in that game. Like if you no one had Peely, who the hell's gonna play Peely? Nobody's gonna play Peely. But mid tier like value wise, if you don't want to play Thornton or if you don't want to play Powers, the one I can actually put my stamp on and say I have some confidence in would be Sutton. She's getting the minutes. She should see at least 20-ish minutes. Again, like I said, if the shot can actually fall for her, I already know she's going to play make, and she's going up against some other young players over there in the Sparks. And the Sparks, they look like they can run too. I do actually like Sutton at the 4.8 price tag. It's not bad. I can see the upside for her there, over there. Easy, you are crazy if you think that Tina is the GOAT. No. Tina need to go on because she taking the production from Cheyenne, man. I don't like what I'm seeing from Cheyenne at the 4. Cheyenne need to take her behind back to the 5. She do. You got anything else for him?
Nah, bro. Let's get on up out of here.
All right, make sure you guys subscribe. Like the video. Definitely helps us out over here. Help me get to that 1,000 subs. Check out the Patreon if you're looking for the full list of players.